have I got a good one for you today. This is a budget-friendly wig from Nell's Wigs. Her name is Kelly. Look at this one, you guys. Now, even if long isn't for you, I'm going to show you this one in a ponytail and an updo because she has the perfect density and layers for that. Oh my gosh. Face framing fringe, full mono top, under $140. Let's learn about her. My name is Denise. I'm also known as Hey Wig Sister on Instagram and Facebook, and I am here in partnership with Nell's Wigs to bring you this review of Kelly. Now, I have Kelly 01. Kelly comes in 5 colors currently. So 01 is the cool sandy blonde with subtle caramel mix, but there are 4 other colors as well. I will link this wig below so you can go check out all the other colors. The only complaint I have about Nell's is there aren't usually a ton of color choices per style. Sometimes a style will only come in 1 color. I think I've seen as many as 7 colors available for a style. Usually it's somewhere between 3 and 5. So the color choices are a bit limited, but she has a ton of wigs, tons and tons of wigs at her website. So if you're looking for a particular color, you can reach out to them and ask for some recommendations. But if you are looking for affordable wigs, they're all heat-friendly synthetic, great prices. She does have monofilaments, which I tend to show those a lot, which are a lot like the major name brands with a lace front and a mono top. Nell's Wigs should be on your list of trustworthy retailers. I have been a fan of Nellie's for years, and I'm so grateful for the opportunity to show you wigs from Nell's Wigs. One of the coolest things that Nellie offers at Nell's Wigs is customizations. Now, they're not always available. She is a very small business, and currently she is the only one who does the customization. So if she gets a huge influx of orders requesting customizations, she does have to shut them off for a little while. But if you can snag a customization, oh my goodness, she offers so many things. You can have a wig shortened, you can have more curl added, you can have it straightened, you can have lift added. Most of these wigs, all of these wigs are fairly flat with no permatease or volume. If you want more lift in the front versus face flop, if you want a little bit more fullness, she can add lift, she can cut bangs, so many things. Nobody is offering to do this with synthetic wigs, so it's a total bonus, and that's another reason why I love Nell. Now, I did say I'm going to show this one styled, so we will head to my bathroom at some point in this video so you can see that, because I think it's a huge selling point for this one. But first, let's take a look. That's the lace front. Now, of course, the lace front is going to look better on a lighter color like this because there are no dark knots. One of the things about budget wigs is sometimes those knots can be really visible on darker colors or rooted colors. I have a few videos out there where I talk about how to handle that. I'll make sure a few of those are linked below in case you come across it. So this is inside the cap. So when I say a full mono top, this is what I mean. If you are familiar with the major name brands, John Renault, Raquel Welch, Gabor, Sedeca, Beltress, all of those, they're full mono tops. It's called monofilament. This is a real similar structure to those, which I think is such a huge find. To find a wig that's built similarly to the major name brands but at a fraction of the price is so amazing. We do have extended lace that goes ear tab to ear tab, so that's all lace front. We have soft ear tabs with bendable stays. We do have an extended nape on this one, and we have Velcro adjusters. The rest is open wefted. The wefting on these more budget-friendly wigs is sometimes a little further apart than the wefting on the major name brands. It is yet another area that helps to keep the price point down a little bit on these. So, you know, the fact that these are generally a third to a quarter of the price means that there has to be concessions made somewhere. Otherwise, it's all name brand markup, which is terrible. So that is one of the areas. So this does have the Velcro adjusters. I did just take my wig grip off so that I could assess fit for you guys. So her website, actually, what I really love that she's added is she has the measurements for these. all of them. So circumference, ear to ear, front to nape. So you can compare the measurements to your measurements to see if maybe that wig will fit. There's always a little wiggle room, some stretch. And I will say that generally these monofilaments have been known to run a little bit smaller. But I did notice that the measurements listed are a little bit larger, so I wonder if she's having these caps made a little bit bigger. I'm not really sure, but the measurements on this one are 21.5 to 22.5. I have a 21.5 inch circumference. I'm just talking about the circumference, and I have a 21.5 inch circumference, and I did cinch this in a little bit, so I think that is pretty accurate. I do think if you wear a wig grip with it, you can be smaller than the measurements listed for sure. And wigs usually, especially the major name brands, do fit me pretty big, sometimes very big. And all I need to do is wear a wig grip and I'm usually pretty comfortable. I am not getting a ton of extra cap up here, a little bit. So I think you can be a little bit bigger than me in your over the top of your head measurement and you'll be fine. I just don't think these are running huge, so I'm not sure that I wouldn't recommend them for average large. I do think the circumference is running pretty true to average, and then I would say the over the top is maybe running closer to the small side of average, if that makes sense. And I had mentioned no permatease. There's no permatease on this anywhere. It's very, very flat. And this is a lower density piece. That's not a thick ponytail. So this is a bit lower density. I mean, look at how cute, you guys. I just think this one is going to be so fun to style. We do have, like I said, that fringe that could be a full bang. It is a little long for a full bang right now, but you could trim that up and wear this with a full bang. I actually have multiple videos showing how to trim bangs with a thinning razor. I never use a straight scissors on synthetic. I think it makes it hard for it to lay flat. A thinning razor works really great. If you're not a bang person though, this is heat friendly. You can take heat to it. I would take a hair dryer and I would kind of blow it all up and back and let it cool that way, and then you can get a little bit of lift, a little bit of a swoop, and you don't have to wear this with a bang at all. If you don't like long hair, this can be, I mean, you can shorten it, you can cut length on it. If Nellie has her customizations open, you can pay her to do it. Otherwise, you can make it shorter, but I do think that this is gonna be so fun to style. I've already talked about styling. Let's just show the styling.
So I just generally, when I'm going to put a wig in a ponytail, I just sort of pull it all back. I may use a brush. It sort of depends. Just like a normal ponytail. I have found most wigs go into a ponytail very, very well. And so I just do this. And so I put it in a ponytail just like your regular. Now we're going to want to be cautious that this nape doesn't flip up. And then we may need to pull that nape down a little bit if it does want to flip up. That's usually, there's a couple of areas to be concerned about when you wear a wig and a ponytail. It's the nape area here, and then it's the sideburns area here. So we're gonna pull this down. So I'm just tugging down on that nape just to make sure that it's not flipped up, because obviously that's going to be a dead giveaway. And then an area that can sometimes be a challenge, if you have bio hair and a low hairline on the sides here, sometimes that can show if you're wearing a color that does not blend with your bio hair. In the case of this color, my bio hair doesn't really blend very well, so it's showing just slightly right here. So a couple of things I could do is I could just tug some of this out so that it's coming down. It does look like this has some baby hairs cut into it already, which can really help. And then the other area is here on the sideburns. If you don't get good coverage, you can bend in that bendable stay to tuck it tight. But if you don't get good coverage there and your bio hair doesn't blend, that's another area. I tend to try to find colors that will blend passably. It does not have to be perfect. So that's kind of why I like rooted colors, because my bio hair does still have some brunette in it, though it is really gray. On the sideburns here, I'm grayer than I am at the nape. And so pulling out that sideburn hair and then tucking it with the rest of this wig makes a huge difference and is so realistic. And then because this does have that fringe, unless you want to bobby pin it back, you know, take a clip or a bobby pin and bobby pin it back, which you absolutely can do, that's also going to help if you don't blend with it well, because this is going to cover a lot of that. But this density is just perfect for a ponytail, or you could also do like a French twist, which I also love to do. And just basically you're going to twist the hair. Depends on how long it is, if I need to kind of wrap it around more than once or not. And then I like to just grab a claw clip and kind of clip it in, and then leave some of that hair over the top to spill over. Yeah, we do have quite a few of these baby hairs, which they're a little bit long for my preference. So I would maybe put it on a mannequin head and trim those off a little bit. But then you can just wear it up in a little bit of a claw clip. And that's such a great casual style for every day. If you want to use a fancy clip, it could be fancier hair. But for summer, this is so great because getting all the hair up off your neck is going to be so much cooler. So if you're looking for a wig and you're thinking, well, I probably would never wear that down, if you think you might wear it up, I think it's great for it. I tried it again so I could leave a little bit more hair down this time. I mean, the sky's the limit, really.
Just a real quick look at this color outside. Now, of course, this direct sunlight is going to mute the low lights and kind of blend it all together. This is a very light neutral blonde with some darker blonde low lights. I'm going to walk into the shade. No rooting. It's a very neutral color. It's not warm, not yellow. Could be a good one if you are sort of leaning toward gray. It isn't a gray, but I think it could be a good one. All right, look below for links for more details. You can go check out the other colors that Kelly comes in. See you soon. Hey friends, thanks so much for watching. Here are a few videos I think you might enjoy. Go ahead and click on one and watch.